Okay, so hi guys. So in this video, what I want to do is I want to go over two problems where we graph linear equations given slope-intercept form. And so this is one type that I want to go over. I may have gone over this previously, so this is kind of, I guess, an updated video over this. But basically, we're gonna graph this equation, and it says to state the slope in the y-intercept. So the first one that we have here is f of x equals 2/3 x minus 4. So we're gonna go ahead and write that down first. Okay, and we obviously know that we have y equals 2/3 x minus 4, and this is of the form y equals mx plus b. So let's go ahead and just write that down. Hold on. Mx plus b, and we know that m is my slope and b is my y-intercept. So I know that b in this case is -4 because it's 2/3 x minus 4, and m is whatever's in front of my x, so it's m equals 2/3, right? Okay. Now, the first thing that we always do is to plot our y-intercept. Our y-intercept basically means that when x is equal to 0, what is y? So 2/3 times 0 minus 4. Our y-intercept is always of the form 0, comma y. In this case, it's 0, comma b. So you don't really have to do this stuff, but it's good to know for future reference. It's when x equals 0, what is y? So we're going to go ahead and just, plot that point. We obviously know b is -4, so our y-intercept is 0, -4, right? So we know that that's our y-intercept. So we're going to plot it right here, and I'm going to use a green color here for the line that we're going to do. And so now what I'm going to do is I know my slope is 2/3. So what that means is m is 2/3. So I'm going to go up 2. So the way this is going to go, and give me 1 second. So this is kind of the formula here for, it's really rise over run. We're gonna, from the y-intercept here, we're going to go up 2. So we're gonna go up 2, 1, 2, and to the right 3 units. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and our first point will be right here, and we're just gonna keep doing that. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be right here. And obviously we can't go any further, right? I mean, if we could, we would, right? But we can't go further on the right side. That's the, in terms of the graph, right? So now we're gonna do the opposite. So the thing is that when you're doing it on the other side, this also means, because if you think about it, 2/3 means it also means -2. So it means -2 over -3, right? Because the negatives will cancel out. So what this means is, in terms of rise over run, this is going to be down 2. So what I'm going to say here is it's going to be down 2, and then to the right, to the left 3. So this is one way that I explain it here, guys. You're going to kind of do the opposite. So we're going to go down to, and at the end of the day, it has to form a line. So we have to, you know, that's why we have to do that. So it's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And this is obviously the lowest we can go in terms of y. So really, my equation is going to be the following, and we're going to just try, I'm sorry, my graph is going to look like the following way. So we're going to just do, I'm going to do my best to just draw the line. It's not going to be to scale, so I do apologize if it looks kind of weird, but it's going to be something like this. And like I said, it's not perfect, but we can kind of see that it forms somewhat of that line, right? And like I said, we're going to state our slope and our y-intercept. So our slope in this equation, we know that our slope was 2/3. So our slope was 2/3. That's one thing. And like I said, my y-intercept is right here. It was 0, -4. Some people say y equals -4 for the y-intercept. It's the same thing, but that is how you do that one. We're going to go ahead and do one more. Okay, guys, let me erase that. That wasn't part of the equation. So we want to graph this one now, and we want to state the slope and the y-intercept. And just looking at this, obviously we still have the same, it's still the same idea. F of x equals 2x minus 4. And actually, what I'm gonna do, hold on, guys. Let me actually change this up. I'm gonna do it as -2x plus 4. Okay. So this is our equation. I'm just gonna kind of rewrite it here. Plus 4. And like I said, we're gonna say y equals -2x plus 4. And we know that this is of the form y equals mx plus b, right? So mx plus b. Okay? And so we know, like I said, we know that our slope is -2. So really, because this is our slope right here, and our y-intercept, we know m is -2. We know that b is 4. Now again, my y-intercept is 0, 4, right? So it's always 0, b, and b is 4. So we're going to say that my y-intercept is 0, 4. Okay. And so from here, we're going to plot that point on the graph. So this is basically where it is, right here. That's 0, 4. And we're going to do it, I'm going to do this time in orange. Here's my y-intercept. That's 0, 4. And also, I just want to kind of do some, actually I'll do it after this question. But basically, we're going to go ahead and, so we went ahead and plotted that. And now we're going to use the rise over run rule for our slope. So we know that m is -2. That's my slope, and we can rewrite it as -2/1. So I know that m is going to be, again, I'm going to say -2 over, let's say 1, like that. And I know that my slope, originally, my slope, we always say rise over run. In this case, I'm going to rewrite it as rise over run, right? And I'm just kind of defining these things, guys. So then, looking at this, we know that we're going to go down 2 units. and to the right 1 unit. So we have something like this. And so obviously that's what we're going to do, and let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to plot, or we already plotted our y-intercept. So from here we're going to go down 2, so that's down 2. And to the right 1 unit, so 1, like this. And then we're going to do it again. So this is a point here. And again, we're going to go 1, 2, and then 1. Because that's our slope. We're going down 2 to the right 1. And then we have 1, 2, and 1, like that. And we're just going to keep going until we reach the end of the graph. So we have 1, 2, and 1, like this. So this is the furthest we can go, since on our y-axis, we cannot go further. And obviously, I do want to, give me 1 second, guys. So now from here, I want to know how much am I going to go on the left side of the y-intercept. So this was the right side of the y-intercept, and now I'm going to do the left side. So meaning, it's like the last example we're going to do. So now that we're going to do, we know that the slope is -2, right? That's our slope. That's what we originally had. And we know that, like I said, we can rewrite this as -2/1. But what if I also said that this is 2 equal to 2 over -1? So it's like the last example. We can rewrite it as 2 over -1 because of that rule. A over -b is negative a over b, right? It's really how it goes, right? So this would be up 2, so up 2, and then to the left 1, right? So to the left 1. In other words, rise 2 and run to the left 1 unit, right? And sorry if it's taking me a while to write this, but that's how it goes. So we're going to go, now from here, we're going to go ahead and go up 2, so 1, 2, and then 1 to the left right here. And like I said, that's the furthest we can go because we can't go any higher in our y-axis. So in other words, this is how we would graph this function, and this is how, we would just trace a line, and it doesn't have to be perfect, right? But you would do it to the best, the most accurate, and just kind of do a line that, that connects the dots here. And like I said, it doesn't look exact, but as long as it looks closest to that, right? And so this is how we would graph a linear function in in slope-intercept form. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. If anybody has any questions whatsoever, please let me know. And also, thank you so much for watching. And please like, comment, and/or subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.